You've probably heard that AI is coming for copywriters. They have it exactly backwards because right now, every business owner, marketer, coach, entrepreneur that you know needs emails. Every single one. And most of them are writing terrible ones, or worse yet, not writing them at all. That's not a problem. That's an opportunity. If you know how to write copy, or you're learning right now, ChatGPT just made that opportunity 10 times bigger. I'm Tina Lorenz. I've been online for 21 years with direct response copywriting and marketing strategy, and I've worked alongside some of the greats like Frank Kern, Gary Bencivenga, Myron Golden, and I'm going to show you 5 ways that copywriters, beginners and pros, are making real money with ChatGPT right now. Let's start with the most in-demand skill on the planet when it comes to this: email writing. Not blogs, not social posts, email. Because email is where businesses actually make money. It's always been this way, and it will continue to be this way. That has not changed, because the other aspect of this is that the real estate, so to speak, the online real estate that anyone can own, is their email list, being able to have subscribers that they control what the messaging is and when they receive it. Every coach needs a welcome sequence. Every online store needs a cart abandonment series. Every consultant needs a follow-up campaign. Every membership needs a re-engagement flow. And then there's the brick and mortar businesses, the local places in your town, restaurants, barbershops, veterinarians, chiropractors. The list goes on and on. They may not even realize what they're leaving on the table financially without email. The list never ends, and the need never goes away. Before AI, a good email copywriter could charge $150 to $500 per email. Some of us charge more than that. Some still charge that. But now with ChatGPT, you can produce a polished, conversion-ready email in a fraction of the time, which means more clients, faster delivery, and you get paid for your judgment, not just hours. That's the shift. You're not just a writer anymore. You're a strategist who uses AI to execute. Sales pages and video sales letter copy, VSLs. Sales pages and video sales pages are some of the highest paid writing on earth, and I should know, because that's exactly how I started my copywriting business over 21 years ago, and how I've continued to be very well paid for that skill. Top copywriters charge anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 for a single funnel, writing the elements for it. And that sales page is the anchor for all of it. ChatGPT is not going to write a world-class sales page by itself. I don't care what anybody tells you, but it will get you 70% of the way there, maybe in 2 hours instead of 2 weeks. You bring the strategy, you bring the voice, you bring the editing eye, the discerning heart and soul of what goes into that copy. We're building a foundation, but if we don't put really solid structure on top of it, everything crumbles. AI does the heavy lifting on structure and drafts. One funnel a month, writing one sales page and some of the aspects that could go with it, that's a full-time income for most people. Third, LinkedIn ghostwriting. Now, whether you love or hate LinkedIn, that's a whole other story. But executives and founders and consultants and coaches know they need to show up on LinkedIn. They have no time, and I'm telling you, they have no idea what to say or how to say it. A good LinkedIn ghostwriter charges anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a month per client. 3 clients, that's a 6-figure income right there. ChatGPT helps you draft, it helps you bring the human voice and the story. That combination is what works. And I've been teaching this for years in my Bio Builder Secrets program, which teaches people how to write a LinkedIn about page. Have you looked through LinkedIn and how many really awful about pages there are, or none at all? They may have 2 lines on their about page. That is real estate, online real estate, that is being wasted. I have students who started off charging just a few $100s to write a LinkedIn about page and have gone all the way to literally thousands, $1,500 to $2,000 to write one with some extra services thrown in. Number 4, YouTube script writing. This is something you might not have thought of because every creator, almost everyone, hates writing scripts for YouTube. Even channels with millions of subscribers, they don't have time to think it all through, to try and write it all, put it all together. Because, yeah, let's face it, a lot of them are going to use a script. A solid YouTube script writer can charge anywhere from $500 to $2,000 per script. Top writers on retainer pull in anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 per month per channel. How many of those do you need to create the business that supports the lifestyle you would love to have? ChatGPT is genuinely excellent at long-form script structure. Once it knows what you want, it can do this very, very consistently. You load in the creator's voice, their style, their audience, and it produces something they can actually use. And you can get rid of all those AI-ish words too, by the way. It's all a process of leading the way with AI, leading the way with ChatGPT to let it know what you want it to do. You're the boss, not it. You're the creative director, and AI is your production assistant. And number 5, newsletter writing as a service. Again, every coach, agency, online business, they know they need a weekly newsletter. They would love to have one. Most of them quit after just a few weeks because it's relentless, because they don't know what to say, because they don't have the time. And the not knowing what to say and how to say it, this is such an important element, because what I've always taught is that even in something like a newsletter, even if you're writing a book, for example, there's an invisible weaving of marketing strategy. We want people to take action. We want them to use what is being produced to help them take a next step for whatever that might be. And when you do this for someone else that has no clue how to do this, you can charge anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 a month on a retainer. Maybe you're going to do one just to get started and see if it's a good fit for both of you. You interview your client once a week. Can be very short, doesn't have to take a long time at all. And ChatGPT helps you draft from that. You add the voice and the personality. Clients almost never leave once a newsletter is established. They don't want that interruption. They want that consistency for their clients. And it's recurring income that just keeps going. So what do all 5 of these things have in common? They require you to actually know how to write copy. Remember that foundation I talked about? The basic elements, the structure of excellent copy that makes people respond. That's why it's called direct response copywriting. ChatGPT can structure. ChatGPT can draft. But if you can't recognize what is good, what is solid, and what is off, what is too hypey, what sounds too AI-ish, all of those things, and what needs to be fixed, where the gaps might be, you're just producing AI noise. And you know the other name for that, right? With your name on it, which makes it even worse. So the skill is still the thing. And the skill is learnable at any age, starting right now. I've proven this over and over for myself and for my clients. My oldest client was 90 years old. I had another client that was in her 80s and helped launch a very successful gym with her daughter. She was a key factor in that for them. So how can we get there? Well, this is exactly why I built Authentic Copy, 6-Figure Copywriting School. We start with email because email is where the money is. It's the fastest skill to learn and sell. It's the easiest one to get started with. It's the low-hanging fruit that can get you going right away. And then we layer in ChatGPT is your production engine. So you're doing in hours what used to take days. Oh my gosh, even just the research. I would spend weeks on research. The bulk of my copywriting career was before AI. I did it all the hard way. I had to learn to do things the hard way. And now we can do it so much faster, so much easier. And so I'm going to put the link in the description for Authentic Copy, 6-Figure Copywriting School. You know, I've been online for over 20 years, 21 actually, and watching all of that online business, being part of that all that time. I've seen trends come and go. I've seen people come and go. This one's different. The people who learn to write and use AI together right now are the ones everyone else will be trying to catch up with 2 years from now. And that's why it's so important to be ahead of that curve. I have a job board, an authentic copy that every single job listing this week said something about being AI savvy, being AI friendly, being able to incorporate and expedite using AI. It is such an in-demand skill, and there's so many people that don't know how to do it, or they're not doing it in an effective and really efficient manner. So don't be the person who watched this video and thought, well, that was kind of interesting, and then went back to what you were doing before. You're here for a reason. The link is below, and I'll see you inside. Until next time, this is Tina Lorenz, and I will be talking to you again soon. Bye for now.